Hello, what is up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we are going over the $150 gaming PC. Yes, you heard me right, $150. Now, I know what you're thinking. $150, there's some sort of catch. There's no way you're going to be able to game decently for $150. And it's like, it's not going to be decent, it's going to be acceptable to people coming from Xbox 360, PS3, PS2, Xbox, the original Xbox, whatever. You know, if you're coming from that, it should be plenty acceptable. So, to start off with this build, we're going to show you the benchmark. So here they are right now. It is on the A730 APU. This is using 1600 MHz RAM in these benchmarks. In the build, it actually used 2400 MHz RAM. So yeah. Also, just a little heads up. This build costs about $17 more than $150, and if you can't go over that $150 limit, I will show you exactly what you can do to get it down below $150. So yeah. So to start off, we have the APU, which you already saw in the benchmarks. It's the A4 7300, a dual-core APU running at 3.8 GHz, turbos up to 4 GHz on the FM2 socket. For the motherboard, we went with the BioStar A58MD version 6X. So there's a micro ATX board on the FM2 Plus socket. So $45. It's a little bit more expensive than you'd normally want to go for on a board like this, but to support our 2400 MHz RAM, we had to go with it. So now let's move on to RAM. RAM is a kit of G.Skill's Aries series 8GB, 2x4GB sticks, DDR3, 2400 MHz. Now this is a little bit more expensive than it normally would be for 8GB of RAM, and 4GB of RAM is really just, there's no excuse for going with 4GB of RAM in today's time. So yeah. For storage, we went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue 160GB, 3.5-inch, 7200 RPM hard drive. Now this is a super low capacity drive, but you're not getting anything like a terabyte 500 gig drive for this amount of money. So yeah. For the case, we went with a case and power supply combo. Not normally recommended, but for this budget, it's kind of there. So for the case, we went with the Apex TX381 Micro ATX mid-tower case. It comes with a 300 watt power supply. I'm sure the power supply isn't the greatest power supply, but it'll work. It's like what you find. It's pretty much similar to what you find in a school computer. So those things last forever. So this thing should be plenty fine. Once you start throwing stupid amounts of power at it, then it should blow up. But yeah. So the total cost of that, it comes out to $167.44. Now let's see what we can do about that to lower the price down to what would be an acceptable rate. First, let's talk hard drives. You can go to Newegg and buy a used hard drive, used or refurbished hard drive on their $10 and under section. I will leave a link to that below, but it's basically just drives that are $10 and under, and yeah. So that takes us down $10 about, so yeah, $10 plus shipping, which generally is $2 to $3. So that brings us down to about $160. Now let's talk about RAM. You can switch out this RAM for any old kit of 2x4GB sticks of DDR3 1600 MHz RAM. You'll get the same benchmarks that I showed on screen earlier. Here them again. With the faster RAM, you can expect to get about 5 to 10 frames per second extra, depending on your settings. So yeah, that's that. But that shaves off $8, which is pretty close to the $150 mark. And finally, the motherboard. You will replace this motherboard with basically the cheapest one that you can find on the market right now. I don't know what it is right now. Here's an image up on the screen with the name of the motherboard. That'll also be linked in the description. I will have linked in the description the cheap version of the parts list. So yeah, that's that, and that's really it. So if you guys like this build, leave a like. If you decide to go build this computer, let me know down in the comments below. If you have any troubles with it, I will leave my Twitter account link down in the description below, and you can send me a message or tweet at me on Twitter if you need any help with that, and I can give you the help that you need. So yeah, that's about it. 3 likes, I will do a one using used parts to get even better performance. And if you just don't like PCs, then leave a dislike and go back to your consoles. But yeah, if you want to see more videos like this in the future, hit that subscribe button so I can see you again in the future. I would love to see more of you guys around, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like to stay for some more awesome gaming PCs and really cool tech content coming here in the future. This summer is going to be full of great content, so if you enjoy this and you want to see more, I suggest you go check that out. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool. With that, hope you guys have a good day. Goodbye.